One of the iconic places where the marathon passes by is here at the Jaffa Gate, the entrance to Jerusalem's Old City. Well, ever since its founding, Israel has faced extermination from its enemies. And one of the ways it's fought back is the controversial use of assassinations. And now we're learning for the first time why this deadly technique has played such a role in Israel's history.
The book is called Rise and Kill First, The Secret History of Israel's Targeted Assassinations. Award-winning journalist Ronen Bergman told CBN News the title comes from an ancient Jewish writing he heard quoted by members of Israel's intelligence services.
They used the phrase from the Babylonian Talmud, which says, if someone comes to kill you, rise up and kill him first. The mindset which says, when every decade your prime nemesis, your chief adversary, your main enemy, declares publicly that its main goal is to destroy Israel, then there's no other choice but rise up and kill him first.
Since its founding, that's been the public goal of Israel's enemies, from Saddam Hussein to Yasser Arafat to Iran's Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
All of these, when they are your enemies, you would do whatever you can to defend your country and your people.
Bergman says after the Holocaust, Jews followed three lessons that permeate Israel's intelligence services.
First is that there will always be a Gentile who is after us to kill us. Second, all or most of the other Gentiles will not help, so we can rely only on ourselves. And third is that we need to have a safe haven, a refuge, a country of our own to defend it, and to defend it with all means possible.
In his book, Bergman explains the secret that makes Israel's intelligence the best in the world.
But there's one extra thought, and that thought is that they are the guards on the wall. They are, if borrowing a phrase from Star Trek, they are the final frontier, guarding the safety of the country and the security of the citizens of Israel and Jews worldwide, not just in Israel. They believe that if they don't work today with everything they have, then tomorrow Jews are going to be killed.
Bergman's book takes readers through how Mossad chief Meir Dagan urged Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and then Defense Minister Ehud Barak to use assassinations and cyber warfare against Iran instead of bombing its nuclear facilities. He also describes the elimination of Hezbollah commander Imad Muniyah, the most wanted terrorist in the world, and how Yasser Arafat escaped dozens of assassination attempts. We asked about the dilemma of targeted killings.
There are two questions that are relevant. Is it effective, and is it legally and morally justified?
After 9/11, the rules changed, and the U.S. began targeted killings with help from Israel's intelligence expertise. Now many Western nations also follow the Israeli model. Bergman told us, however, the real thing is far from life on the big screen.
In real life, in the real world of Israeli intelligence, what one James Bond does is divided into dozens, sometimes hundreds of people, each one with a special expertise and a special task.
Targeted killings remain an intense debate, and only Israel's prime minister can approve them. Yet with all its success, Bergman quotes one ex-Mossad chief who summed up their dilemma.
At the core of what we did every day in Mossad was that dilemma of what does a democracy under grave threats allow itself to take and do to defend its citizens, while it knows that it unfortunately might violate other values.
Bergman's book took 8 years to write and includes more than 1,000 interviews.
I wanted to show how unique Israeli intelligence is, but how entangled its history is with the history of the country.
On the eve of Israel's 70th anniversary, Bergman, the son of 2 Holocaust survivors, sees it as a contribution to the ongoing remarkable story.
Sometimes I walk in the streets of Israel and I say, this is really a miracle. I think what was achieved here during the last 110 years, since the early 20th century, cannot be described as nothing but a miracle. And I'm so happy to be part of that.